Della Adoru, can you tell us a little bit about the organisation you founded called Gift of Living Donation?
It all started in December 2010. Like any other Sunday, my brother was coming over for lunch, and he told me he had kidney failure. And we were talking about the number of black people we know that don't come forward as donors. He mentioned they would have to, be on dialysis or, while waiting, for a transplant. And I remember just saying, I'll do it. You can have one of my kidneys, I'll be your donor. And that's how that whole journey of living donation, then started. Sadly, after going through about 9 months of tests, just to see whether I was compatible, sadly, I wasn't. Very upset, very gutted. Other members of the family came forward, they weren't suitable. So sadly, Tyra then had to start dialysis. Well, it got me thinking, well, why is it that black people don't donate? And secondly, I actually never knew anything about living donation before that time. So I thought, okay, something positive has got to come out of this experience. So I did set up Gift of Living Donation, and its main focus is to raise awareness of living donation within the black community.
Tyle, what are your recollections of that period? It must have been very scary for you.
Yeah, it was very traumatic, is a word. When I remember when I finally got the diagnosis, it was a huge shock, and I was just in a daze, for months. And then obviously, you gather your thoughts together, and you say life must go on. And I think I'm a pretty resilient and personality. So, and secondly, I couldn't go to pieces anyway because I had a young family, and for me it was very more than anything else important to stay strong and focused for them. My wife and the children, stronger focus for them. So obviously I went to Della, Casey came forward, and she wasn't able to. So I then started a form of dialysis called peritoneal dialysis, which involves a tube coming from the bottom of your stomach, and you have a machine at home that does the filtration of all the toxins and waste and things like that. So essentially it means that you've got to sleep early, so you've got to sleep at about 10 o'clock, and you're on the machine for 8 hours. What it did helped me to get back into my reading. So I read a lot of novels, black novels, chick flicks, you name it, I was reading everything. So from that point of view, that it had a silver lining, because it did manage to get me back into reading. But obviously the downside of it was that you were tired, you didn't have energy, you were constantly fatigued, and other issues related to it. And obviously, and then Della formed Gold, and my background is marketing and PR, and I felt it was important for us to join our two strengths together and raise awareness of living donation and organ donation in general.
Now you've organised this amazing sounding event. It's a dinner, I guess, for and a recognition of people who have donated organs to other family members. Tell us a little bit about why you decided to organise it.
I think giving somebody, as I said earlier, I wasn't able to donate to Tyre, and I was heartbroken, but there has been hundreds of actually black living donors across the UK who have given their loved one the gift of life, and I wanted us to celebrate them. I wanted us to kind of really hear about them, because actually a lot of black people within the black community don't realise actually there are quite a few black living donors. And again, we don't tend to celebrate things like that in our community, so I thought it would be a great opportunity, one, to bring them all together, let's hear their stories, and just really appreciate what they've done and what they've not done, not just for their family, but really what they've done for the black community. Because I do feel there's about 600 black people still waiting for a transplant, and I feel that is a tiny ripple of hope that we can give them if they can hear from other living donors who've done that journey, and the recipients whose lives have now changed as well as somebody coming forward as a living donor.
Tyler, what do you hope the event is going to achieve?
I think just to echo a lot of what Della said, is going to achieve that. But also, I believe that within the community, there are people who are seeing loved ones, could be a brother, relative, or whatever, suffering, from this condition. So, for in my case, I have lots of friends who know about it, and apart from Della and her daughters, I think about 3 or 4 of my friends came forward, but that's only a small amount of friends that I've got. So I'm thinking what it also the dinner will do is those ones who are seeing their loved ones that haven't come forward, it might be the impetus to see, you know what, if this person came over selflessly and donated this, why can't I come forward selflessly and donate this as well? When they see people of all walks, of all backgrounds, young, old, for a variety of reasons, who have come forward and done that, it could be an inspiration for them as well. So I think by seeing these heroes, as it were, hopefully it might spur some of them to act.